GameStop used to be the place to go for all things gaming. And now, with technology and times changing, well, that's not really the case anymore. And this has been going on for a long time. But would you believe me if I told you that this has been going on even back in the 80s? Before we get into it though, if you enjoy the content here on this channel, then make sure to let me know by liking this video. And if you want to be part of the community here, then please go ahead and subscribe. We'd love to have you. And don't forget to check out our Patreon if you want to support the channel a little bit more directly. It's only $1 a month and it gets you a shout out here at this point in the video. Yep, GameStop has a long and storied history of being the place to go for gaming. They've been doing this since the 80s, the late 80s in fact, a long time ago. They weren't always GameStop though. Let's get into it. Way back in the bygone era of 1988, GameStop wasn't GameStop. It was FuncoLand. Now, a lot of my younger viewers might not remember FuncoLand. Not even I really remember FuncoLand. I have one vague impression memory thing in the deep recesses of my mind. I remember going to a FuncoLand exactly one time. I played Tomba Tube on the PlayStation 1 demo kiosk there for a while, and it was fun, and that was it. That was my only memory of FuncoLand. My dad, who is a child of the 80s and 90s arcade era, that was his gaming store for the longest time, and we used to have some FuncoLand, game bags and cases and things like that. So you might still find a FuncoLand Nintendo cartridge case or a sleeve cover or something like that out in the wild and wonder where it's from. Well, it's from the early ancestor of GameStop, FuncoLand, and now you know. However, in the year 2000, they were bought out by the parent company of Barnes & Nobles, who bought them out and rebranded FuncoLand into GameStop. And, well, the GameStop of the early 2000s might look pretty familiar to you. Just like they do now, they sold a lot of collectibles and merch alongside the games. They even sold manga. I remember I would actually just kind of hang out with my dad in there and just read manga. It was crazy, and I wish they still did this because that would give me a reason to go to GameStop. As it stands now, though, I don't have a reason to go to GameStop anymore. I really don't. I mean, the collectibles are cool, but it's nothing I couldn't get just about at any other nerd store up at the mall, or on eBay or Amazon for even cheaper. They don't even do midnight release parties anymore. The last time I remember going to a midnight release party was for the Star Wars game, Force Unleashed, and that was a lot of fun. There were lightsaber fights, pizza, and just hanging out with my friends waiting for their game to come out. I wasn't even getting the game. I was there with my friend Corey. That particular aspect of gaming was something you could only get at a place like GameStop. You couldn't do a release party online. Nowadays, you just load it up in your queue for download and install, and then you wait. And you stare at your screen and you scream at it to hurry up and download faster. But it's actually kind of sad. I'd love for midnight release parties to come back and be a thing again. Those are a lot of fun, and those would get me to go to GameStop, even if they're just handing out cards with codes on them. The social aspect is what drives it. And GameStop, to their credit, have tried, kinda, not really, but an attempt was made to bring back a social aspect of gaming, or at least there were talks about it. In some of their stores, they did things like bring in retro gaming consoles, started selling that. They talked about sponsoring game tourneys and other things. This would have been really cool. Bringing in the social aspect that you can only do in an in-person setting would have given people an excuse to go to GameStop again. Would it have saved it? I don't know. I'm not a business analyst, and that's not what this channel is about. They tried to do cell phones, which was honestly just another misguided attempt. There's several missed swings to save their company. But as it stands now, it looks like the people up top are packing it in. They've cut a lot of the benefits you get for being a rewards member, and they are really cutting hours and the benefits of their employees. A lot of the people in GameStop are quitting and moving on to bigger and better things. So it's not looking good for GameStop. They've come a long way, they've been around a while, and they've changed with the times up till now. But whether or not they can do this again, I don't know. If I had to make a wild guess, and please understand, this is just a wild guess by this idiot who's not at all business savvy, what I could see them doing is becoming something like Steam or an Epic Game Store or a console agnostic game platform, a Netflix of gaming. I've heard that term thrown around a lot. But I think GameStop has the potential and the brand recognition to do something like that with a decent degree of success. It would allow them to close most, if not all, of their brick and mortar locations and move strictly to a streaming-centric platform while still offering merch sales online. What do you think is in the future for this veteran of the gaming community, GameStop? Do you see them in business next year? Next 5 years? What does that business look like, and how is it different from now? Let me know your opinion down in the comments below. And again, if you enjoyed the content on this channel, then let me know by dropping a like. And hey, don't forget to subscribe too, because I don't want you to miss a thing. Tell me your opinions about GameStop, tell me some of your memories, and bonus points if you're an oldie who remembers FuncoLand like I do. And you can give us some of the stories from back in that day. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye!